People who've escaped the 9 to 5 grind. How do you actually support yourself financially? By doing the 7 to 5 grind. A mix of remote work and side gigs. Honestly, freedom isn't really no work, it's just choosing what you work on. You either have to start your own business or have recurring income, rentals, stock dividends, add stock options. If you live poor, you can survive poor. My wife put an irresponsible amount of money into a certain meme stock in 2020, and now I don't have to work. Asterisk edit since this is getting attention. She literally just watched a few of Roaring Kitty/DFV's YouTubes and thought he made a lot of sense, so she threw some money at it. As a consultant, I charge businesses ridiculous amounts of money to give advice and work 1/2 the amount of time of my previous job. Took the money from my 9 to 5 job. I'm a saver. Opened a business and worked 12-hour days doing something I enjoyed. Sold the property for a profit and retired. Could have sold the business itself, but it was a specialty that required experience and devotion few people possess, and I wanted to walk away. Being a saver really helps. Join the fire department. 24 on, 72 off. I'm still at work 48 hours a week, but I get a long weekend after every shift. I just like to know where this whole 9 to 5 thing came from. Every job I've ever had is 9-hour days, 8 hours of work with 1 hour for lunch. That's usually 9 to 6 in my part of the country. 07-1930, 3x per week. 4 days off every week is phenomenal. The downside is that when I work, there is no time for anything before or after work. I wake up at 5 a.m., eat breakfast, leave at 6, work until 7:30 p.m., go home, play with my toddler for 20 minutes, eat, shower, go to bed. It's worth having that many days off though. After 13 years of pursuing being a touring musician and making music after work daily, last year I found success and have been a full-time musician since. I make most of my money off bookings/merch sales/streaming revenue. I don't even have to post TikToks or Reels.
I'm very blessed.
Consulting, it's pretty much 9 to 5 with a ton of downtime in between. I live my life, run errands, get tons of exercise, and get to choose which clients I work with. There can be a bit more hustle at certain times, but the money and flexibility can't be beat. I will never go back to working for the man. Wife and I are part-time, 28 hours each, in well-paid jobs with flexible working hours. It is still a grind, just less so. 6 to 2, no lunch gang here. Started my own business at night while working 9 to 5. Eventually it started making some meager money, and I got laid off at the same time. Went all in on the business, and it now makes millions/year. Lots of hard work and luck. I do multiple jobs. I work for the Census Bureau, I work the elections, I work a biannual consignment shop, and I freelance helping people with problem horses. Selling drugs to kids. They still work a lot. The biggest misconception I see is that somehow not being a W-2 employee and being your own boss somehow means you aren't busting your ass. Like, sure, some people who run their own business or consultancy have pockets of downtime and a bit more freedom about schedule structure, but at the end of the day, you're working more hours as the buck stops with you if you want to make sure you get paid enough to support yourself financially. I have an Airbnb and work from home as a land use consultant. I got very sick, ended up homeless. Slowly but surely figured a lot of things out. People don't mutate until they are absolutely desperate, and I was and am. I never want to go back. I've worked very hard to create a life that works with my broken body and brain.
Tattooing.
I just do pieces I want to do, and only one a day, 3 days a week. Best decision I've ever made. That's the best part. You don't. As someone that is not in a 9 to 5 job currently, I help manage my own floral shop. Thing is contrary to popular belief, if you want to live well and have money to actually afford things, it's even more pressure than an actual job. Everything that happens or doesn't happen is your fault, no one else's. Like for Mother's Day, I had to work 4 days consistently while managing 300+ arrangements, went to sleep at 3 a.m., woke up at 8. So yeah, once I graduate, I want a corporate job, lol. Medical disability. r/financial independence, and r/fire will show you the way. Strange how often the answers when this kind of question is asked are very vague. Mention something like having a skill by not saying what it is, or being in demand for reasons. Me, I want to escape the 9 to 5 and be a philanthropist, I just need funding.